Hi, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Round Robin. I'm your host, Tracy Preston, along with Christine Mulligan, Nina Mulligan, Angela Hafler, and of course, my husband, Todd Preston. Hey, everyone.
Hey, what up, homies? What's up?
Hey, everybody.
Nina, I think you should sing Rollin' with the Homies again.
Rolling.
What's up with the homies?
I love it when you sing. All right. I got something I came across that I thought was really interesting. I know a couple of these. So I want to see if you guys, I'm going to ask you to see if you can just roll off your tongue a couple of these, and then we'll go from there. Okay? All right. So did you guys know that there are a handful of famous people who have been charged with murder?
No.
Come on.
No.
There's got to be someone that comes to mind. A famous person?
OJ.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. What about, didn't Phil Hartman kill his wife and then kill himself?
No, she killed him.
She killed him.
Oh,
That's
she
right.
killed
I
him?
forgot about that. Yeah, she killed her. She was Kooky Bird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he didn't get convicted of it, but what was it? Alec Baldwin, he killed somebody on set.
That's right. You know, that thing has been going back and forth and back and forth. I think he finally was just acquitted, right?
Yeah, he was acquitted because, he didn't know the gun was loaded or, live bullets or whatever the hell. But technically, he did actually do the shooting.
He did, but it should be the stunt people who's ever in charge of that shit. They're the ones who messed up,
Right.
right? They're
Yeah,
responsible.
I'm not saying he should be in jail. I'm just saying he did technically murder somebody, and he
You're
is
right.
famous.
You're
That
right.
was the question.
That's what was the question, and you followed the rules. Yeah, okay, so let's go through some of them. So, right, we all know O.J. Simpson. That was huge. That was in 1994, charged with the murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman. Here's one that
Which he was totally acquitted for, though.
Yeah, he was. But they got him in the civil suit, remember? The civil suit, they got him.
Yeah.
So, good,
Yeah.
good on them. Here's one, and once I say it, I bet you guys are going to remember this. Snoop Dogg.
Really?
Yeah. Do you guys ever remember hearing about that?
No.
No. 1993, both him and his bodyguard were charged with first-degree murder after a man was shot from their car during a confrontation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They claimed it was in self-defense. You're in a freaking car.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the other dude had a gun, but either way, they were both acquitted.
It's interesting.
I do remember that. Like, once I was reading that, I'm like, oh, man, I do just absolutely recall hearing something about that. Here's one you guys might remember once I say it. Robert Blake. He was the guy that played Beretta. Did you guys ever watch that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Didn't we watch a special on that?
We did.
Yeah.
Did you guys know about him?
No.
Okay. Do you know who Robert Blake is?
Nope. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, he was like he was kind of a short guy. He always
Tough
wore
guy.
he always wore really tight pants,
Yeah.
and a leather jacket, I think, but dark like black hair. Kind
Yeah.
of talks with a weird little accent. But anyway, in 2001, he was charged with murdering his wife Bonnie Lee Bakley, who was shot outside a restaurant where they had dinner. Now, I remember this show that Todd and I watched. Like, they went out to dinner, and then they went out to the car. That's when they say he shot her because he went back into the restaurant by himself. He was there inside for a little while.
Yeah.
And then he came out. Oh, I know what it was. He said he left his wallet or something in the bathroom. Yeah. The case against him was highly circumstantial. A jury found him not guilty, but like O.J. Simpson, he was found guilty in a civil suit.
Right.
Yep. Ended up declaring bankruptcy after, like, he paid out the family all this money. So he's a hot mess.
So bonkers to me. How in the world can you be held civilly liable for something, but not criminally liable? It's rhetorical because I understand the system. Like, I know how it works. You have that less evidence in a civil case than you do in a criminal case. And, like, I get all that, but, Like, does that literally actually make sense to anybody, or is it just me?
No, I'm with you.
No.
How can you be
I think that's
found?
crazy.
I get it. Yeah. I'm with you. I think it's crazy too, and it pisses me off. So civilly, they don't serve prison time. I think is the biggest difference.
Yeah, so basically that's just, if you're rich enough that you got away with the murder, at least you're going to pay for it with some of your riches. That's essentially what that means.
Right.
It's because no poor people don't go to prison but have to pay a fine. Like, that just doesn't happen for poor people.
Right.
Right.
Because they don't got the millions to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it comes out to
Exactly.
be, is millions of dollars.
Yeah.
All right, then there's Phil Spector. He was that weird guy. This was in 2003. He was like this big music producer, and he was wacky as shit. We saw a show on that too.
We did. Yep.
Like, he was always like talking about guns. I think pulled out a gun like in the studio. Like, he was just weird. He said a bunch of weird, crazy shit. He was charged with second-degree murder when an actress, Lana Clarkson, was shot in his home. He's like, nope, wasn't me. Yeah. His first trial ended in a mistrial, and then in the second trial, he was found guilty, and he ended up dying in prison. He was weird. And his house, I remember, was like at the top of this hill, completely secluded, like it was a castle. This big house that he had.
Right.
And it was run down as shit. Like, he was wonky weird. All right, there's a man named Michael Jace. I do not remember him, nor do I remember the show. He was in the show called The Shield. It was like a cop show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that? So in
Yep.
2014, he shot and killed his wife in their home, and he did it right in front of their freaking kids.
They're all killing their wives. What's going on?
I think it's the best way out, I guess. I don't know. But that was a slam dunk case because he even called the police on himself. I did it. So he's in prison for life. And then there's Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, I watched a documentary on him. Did you guys? I used to listen to the Sex Pistols. Not a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a few songs I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 1978, so he had a girlfriend, Nancy Spungen, and the two of this couple loved doing heroin. I think that was their drug of choice. Anyway, they were having this drug-filled weekend, or if they lived in this hotel room, whatever it was, he stabbed her to death. It was it was horrible, horrible. And he just said, hey, I don't remember it. I don't remember doing it. And before his trial, before his trial, he OD'd. So he never went to trial.
Wow.
Yep. Ray Lewis, he is this happened in 2000, star linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He was charged
Yeah, vaguely.
he was charged with murder after two men were stabbed following a fight outside of a nightclub. So he turned on his friends and testified against them.
Right.
Yeah. So charges against him were dropped, and he went on with his football career. This one totally surprised me. There is an actress named Rebecca Gayheart. Real pretty, real thin, kind of wavy hair. In 2001, she, I guess, had maybe some spots because I watched Beverly Hills 90210. I watched them all, every single one of those episodes. And so she must have just had a guest spot here and there, I guess. She was charged with vehicular manslaughter. She hit and killed a young boy crossing the street. Pleaded no contest. Now, no contest means you're not saying you're guilty and you're not saying you're innocent. It's basically a plea because the probability of you being found guilty via a trial is real high. So that's kind of a way to get out of it. Now, here's the thing that makes me nuts about this is that she only got probation and community service and had to pay a fine.
Wow. I do remember her. I don't remember her on the show, though.
I don't remember her on the show either. Oh, and the one thing she did that was nice for the family is she paid for the boy's funeral. How about this one for you rock and rollers? Vince Neil.
Vince Neil. Who'd he kill?
He killed a friend of his.
Really?
Yeah. 1984, again, another vehicular manslaughter. He was drunk driving and killed his friend who was a passenger in the car. He was a drummer in another band. I don't know what band it was. But he pled guilty and did jail time and, of course, paid restitution. And that's when, like, he just went downhill. Like, it really affected him, of course, You know who else killed? Well, he didn't kill his friend. Remember back in the day, God damn it, Leif Garrett.
Yeah. Yep.
Messed him up big time.
Messed him up. Yeah.
Yeah, he was either drunk or high on drugs or both.
Yeah. And he was speeding,
Yeah, and
driving really fast.
yeah, his longtime childhood friend severely screwed up, didn't kill him, but his life is pretty messed up.
Yep.
Messed him up pretty good.
Okay, I have a question. Is it Leif or Leaf?
I don't know. I always call them Leaf.
I think it's Leaf.
I've heard people say Leif. I've heard people say Leaf. I just want to get it right.
I know. You're right. I've heard it both ways too. He was a
Well,
cutie.
if anybody knows, let me know.
Yeah. Drop a note in the comments.
My sister had a poster of him up in her
He
room.
was super cute. And then Sean Cassidy, that
Sean
was another
Cassidy,
big one at
yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
He was another blondie cutie. I remember having a poster of him and I kissed it. I did. Mwah. Him and Lee for
You
life.
and my mom.
Oh, yeah. Loved him. Here's one that threw me for a loop. Matthew Broderick.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Biggest hit movie was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah. He was driving really crazy when he was in Ireland. Hit a car head on and killed 2 women.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. He was convicted. Get this. So I guess in Ireland, it's not that big of a deal as far as being punished. He was convicted of careless driving and had to pay a small fine.
Insane.
I find that absolutely
Wow.
insane. Why isn't that? Do they not have vehicular homicide over there?
Apparently not.
Careless driving. That's all he got. Don King.
Don King.
Remember him? The big boxing mogul dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was charged with second-degree murder after beating a man to death over money that was owed to him.
That
Yep.
doesn't surprise me.
Nope,
Yeah.
me either. Charges were reduced to manslaughter. And he did some prison time. Now, I will tell you, when I lived in Florida, I think it was in Boca Raton, I was in a restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but Don King came in and walked right by me, by my
Really?
table. I'm like, holy shit, that's Don King. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's tall.
Real tall, and so is his hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
His fro be tall. That was back in the 90s when I saw him. So way after 1966. I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
Christian Brando, Marlon Brando's son.
Really?
Yeah. He was charged after shooting his sister's boyfriend in their home.
Oh.
Yeah. He said it was an accident. They were struggling about, and he got caught. He pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter. He did some prison time for that. Aaron Hernandez, we know about him,
Yeah.
right? 2013, right? Shot his friend Odin Lloyd. And here's the crazy thing about that. We talked about this before when we were talking about traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
His girlfriend or his wife was the sister of the girl that was dating Odin Lloyd.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy. And then lastly is Amy Locane, real pretty blonde girl in 2010. She was drunk driving. She hit and killed a woman.
Wow.
She did time for that. Totally nuts. I came across that today because I knew, like I said, I knew a couple, but I was like, wow. Once I saw Matthew Broderick's picture, I'm like, what? Hold on. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a celebrity, but his son was. Marvin Gaye was killed by his dad.
That's true. His dad shot him.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye's father shot Marvin Gaye. I don't know what it
No
was.
way.
Yeah. You didn't know that.
Seriously?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Golly, when did that
Yeah.
happen?
In the 80s.
He was a very religious man, and he did not appreciate his son singing the songs that he did.
Is
He
that
felt
what it
that
was
they
over?
were- Yeah. So he shot him. Yeah.
Just-
Honor killed, like Muslims do to their daughters.
What'd you call it?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like an honor kill, like when Muslims do it to their daughters because they, their daughters look at a man while walking to the mailbox or whatever.
Gotta do it.
Oh,
Gotta take him out.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley had cancer.
Yeah, but he shot the sheriff.
Oh, hun.
He didn't shoot the deputy, though.
No. Just the sheriff.
If you want to know, I watched a documentary a long time ago, and I cannot remember the name of it, but I'm sure a Google search would rectify that. But DuPont, like the chemical company,
Mm-hmm.
the heir to the DuPont fortune is like some inbred, like billionaire socialite guy. He's like off his rocker crazy. Well, back in like the early 90s or something like that, he was obsessed with wrestling. So he was using his fortune to like create some kind of USA Olympic style wrestling team. And if I remember correctly, he ended up murdering, like they all lived on a compound together. And he was like, number one, not a wrestling person nor a wrestling coach, but he was the coach of these Olympic athletes. And they would stay on the property and he would have them train and train and train. And then eventually the people are like, this dude is nuts, like off his rocker. We got to get out of here. And he got like super pissed off. And I'm pretty sure he murdered one of them.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah. It's like super weird. Like that whole family is like super, super weird.
Oh,
Could be the chemicals.
just saying. Possible?
Could be the chemicals. I don't know.
I'm pretty
Or
sure he
climb.
got away with it.
I don't know if he ever. I can't remember. It's literally been like 15 years since I've seen this documentary, so I'm not 100% sure if what I'm even saying is accurate.
I think
But
Todd's
I do know
Googling.
it's just like the craziest story ever. It was so weird.
Maybe they climbed the family tree one too many times. Maybe that's why they were fucking crazy.
Yeah, their family tree was a reef.
Good one. Family tree is a wreath. I love it.
Oh.
Now, Todd and I are debating because we think Nina probably saw something about this on the TikTok. So let's see if we're right. Have you guys heard about this thing going on right now with rabbits? They're called Frankenstein rabbits, demon rabbits, or zombie rabbits.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my God. It was so gross. I was like, ew. Please tell me this is AI because this is some serious, weird, like sci-fi shit right now.
Yeah, it's totally real. It's a real thing. It's bonkers. When Todd was showing me, he told me about it, then he showed me the images. I'm like, oh my God, is this like some weird ass evolution thing that's going on? So I looked it up. And, you know, they also think that this could have been, what do they call them? Like jackal rabbits,
Jackalope.
jackalopes,
Yep.
right? So bunnies with horns, right? So they think that this could actually be kind of something along those lines. So they have this virus called the Shope papilloma virus, and it's causing like these wart-like growths that protrude from a bunny's, it's only their head,
Yeah.
their faces, anywhere on their face, like their chins, their cheeks, their heads, it's like the top of their heads, and they look like horns, like black horns. And it's been reported by residents in Fort Collins, north of Denver. It's not too far north of Denver. I don't know. I want to say like 60 miles or something. So they're reporting it and seeing, because they're seeing all these rabbits with all these horns and they're getting a little freaked out. So the Colorado Parks and Wildlife spokesperson said, it's all right. Everything's all right. This only seems to affect rabbits, and they think it has a lot to do with it being summertime and being bitten by fleas and ticks that are
Right.
spreading this virus. And it only spreads from rabbit to rabbit, no other species, not to humans, nobody. It's bonkers. And then they went on to say that this is a harmless growth unless it spreads to their eyes or mouth. Well, no shit.
Right.
Nuts.
Okay, what happens when it spreads to their eyes or mouth?
Well, they're blind.
Well,
they
they're
can't
blind.
see or they can't eat.
And they can't
So
eat.
that's the only way it can actually kill them.
Right.
I did look. I looked it up, and in most cases, the rabbit's own immune system will fight it off eventually.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
Yep.
They can fight it off and the growth will finally disappear.
Right.
But in the meantime, like these horns were a couple of inches, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4 inches long. They look like black cones coming out of their face. I feel really bad for the bunnies.
And domesticated rabbits can get it
It
too.
sounds
Oh,
it sounds very similar to HPV in humans. No.
well, papillomavirus, absolutely.
Yep.
It is the same virus. So just think about what you saw on those bunnies, and then imagine that happens to penises.
Ooh.
I'm gonna-
Frankenweiner.
I will tell you, when I was working in ICU, there was a guy that came in. He came in the night before. I came in the next morning. He was admitted the night before, like in the afternoon or something. You know how like in those big gravel mines when they're, you got the trucks and they're driving up those roads that they make to get out of the pits. his truck toppled over. So he landed in ICU.
Right.
He was intubated, the whole 9 yards. And he was still filthy. Dirt, like there was pebbles and dirt in the bed. I'm like, really, guys? After you got him stable, you couldn't clean him? Really? Well, I'm wondering if maybe I figured out why. This guy had the papillomavirus so bad, it was everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere, his armpits, his nutsack. I've never saw anything like it. It was like scales, like big floppy scales. I was like, oh my God, look, get me all the sterile stuff I got to put on. I felt so.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Oh my God.
My first nursing interaction with HPV was a homeless man, and he was in the trauma ICU. You know, he got there via some trauma, so of course he's not really with it, and he's a little bit mangled everywhere else. So first and foremost, one of the first things we kind of do in medicine is we put a catheter in them so they're not just peeing all over themselves. So it was trying to get the catheter in that became the issue, which this wasn't my patient. I was called in, to assist with other nurses that were having an issue putting the catheter in. And I'm like, oh, geez, it does get a little squirrely, no pun intended, because it's all rerouted.
It's flaccid.
Due to the growth of these warts.
Yeah.
Well, when I
God.
tell you that it was like a mound of warts over the pubic area, that literally it was just like a half a square foot of mounded warts. When I tell you that we literally just had to wait until we had to keep drying it, and we put powder on it and everything because we were looking for the wet spot, like literally. We were looking for a wet spot to just blindly thread the catheter through because there was no finding the urethra, which is the hole that people pee out of,
Right.
the urethra,
Right.
which is where the tube goes for the catheter, is into the urethra. And then you feed it up through into the bladder, and then you put a little balloon there that holds the catheter in the bladder. Well, we never got to that point. We could never find it.
Just diaper them. Just diaper them. Oh,
Yep,
my God.
He just had to get a diaper. Because when I tell you it was a mound, it was an unrecognizable mass under a mound of warts. It was insane. To this day, when I'm talking to you about it right now, all I can see is this half a square foot of mounded warts. That was what this gentleman was left with.
Yeah.
It is a horrible, horrible virus.
How awful. And that's just a teeny little speckle of what we've seen.
I'm sorry.
I think I'm scarred for life.
I know. If anybody gets the human papillomavirus, please get treated. You don't want to end up with a mound.
No.
Oh, Christine. And like you, I know
Stay
you're...
on those antivirals and stay on those antivirals for the rest of your life.
Right. Because I know darn well you're seeing it as crystal clear as you saw it then, just like I'm seeing that other dude I talked about. There's just things that never, ever leave your mind. Ever. Ugh. All right, let's get on to something let's get off warts, please. God, gross. Gross. One of my and Todd's favorite funny movies to watch is Anchorman.
Yeah.
I can watch that 1,000 times. It never gets old. Ever. Did you know that character is actually based off a real person?
I think I did hear something about that, but I
Yeah. It's actually based off a real life news anchorman named Mort Krim.
Mort Krim.
Yeah. He, legit would, screw up shit all the time. I guess whatever you put on the prompter, he'll read it kind of a thing. And always said some really stupid shit. So I thought that was interesting. And I was like, who else? What other characters are possibly based off real people? Here's one that I think you guys will like. Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about this one?
I knew that.
Yep. He was actually based off of Larry David, who played Cosmo Kramer, based exactly off of his neighbor. Real life neighbor named Kenny.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep, Kenny was character. Psycho's Norman Bates was inspired by Ed Gein.
Oh,
Yeah, real murderer and grave robber. This one I thought was hysterical. Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
She was modeled. She was hot.
Was she after me? Was she after me? Was it me? Was it me?
No. Well, could have been like no, because it was based like her attitude and all that. You know what I mean? She was based after a jazz singer named Peggy Lee.
Miss Peggy.
See, I was going to guess Mae West because I totally picture that.
Yep. That's a good one too. Vincent Chase. I don't know. Did you guys ever see the series? It was golly, maybe in the early 2000s called Entourage. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't.
It was produced by Mark Wahlberg.
Watch it.
Yeah, it was like I can't. This guy he became a famous actor, and all of his buddies, like he kind of took them all with him. You know what I mean? They started this small time thing together, and he blew up and became famous. So he gave them all like, you're my manager, you're this, you're that, whatever. So that was his entourage. That was actually based off of Mark Wahlberg's life.
Really?
Yeah. How about that?
Cool.
Yep. Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. I love him. Remember?
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
yep. They used a dinosaur expert named Jack Horner. Jack Horner. So that character was based off of this
Didn't
guy.
he sit in a corner?
Did he sit in the corner?
He sure did. Didn't he stick his thumb in a pie? Pull out. Didn't he stick his... How's it go? He sat in a corner and little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating
Eating his curds and whey.
Curds and whey.
No, that's
that's Muffet.
Miss Muffet.
I know, but Jack should have been eating curds.
In your world.
He could have been.
I think he stuck his thumb in a pie and pulled out a berry. That's what I want to say.
He pulled out a plum.
American
It was stuck
pie.
on his thumb.
Right. He pulled out a... There you go.
Pull that up, didn't he?
Yep. And sucked... And oh, what a good boy am I. Oh, how distorted that rhyme.
What are we talking about?
Oh, you don't get you started.
American Pie. That's what we're talking about.
Something about those pies. Oh, my God.
Irresistible.
Yeah. I've got another one, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
He was based off a Dr. Joseph Bell, who was a medical school professor who had amazing observational skills. I got to work on that.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Just
I thought
really
Sherlock
taking it all
Holmes was
in.
actually a real person.
I
Maybe they
don't
just
know.
made it so believable that
I don't think so. Not according to
I thought
what
he was
I
like a
found.
real historical figure.
I don't know. I don't think so. What do you guys think? Was Sherlock Holmes real? I don't think so.
He's fictional, I guess. Huh?
I guess so.
I think
He's fictional, but he is based on a real guy.
Dr. Joseph Bell.
Yeah, I read an article about it not that long ago, and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I did too, because I got to tell you, hon, I thought Sherlock Holmes was a real
I thought he was
guy
too.
with the big pipe
Yeah.
in London.
In London.
Wasn't he in London?
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like,
We've all been foiled. He's not
been
real.
foiled. He does.
He's not real. All right, so I saw this last week and I took a picture of it because I was like, no way, but it makes sense. And I remember these are some illegal names. Illegal names. You cannot name your baby these names in Michigan, and in fact, in many places throughout the United States. So,
What?
here's a warning to soon-to-be parents. Don't do it. Here we go.
Okay.
You cannot name your child Majesty, King, or Queen. You have to have a birth rate for that.
Oh.
Here's a weird
My
one.
dog's name is King. Am I in trouble?
You better keep that on the down low.
Not if you can produce.
Well, it's not a human baby. So I think you're all right. Here's a wonky one. 1069.
1069.
You cannot name your child numbers. Nope.
Wait a second. No, wait a second.
Well, how is that true? Because what is it? What's his
Foreman,
face?
George Foreman.
Tesla guy. Isn't his kid's name like 10 with the X, the Roman numeral?
Yeah, I'm coming up on that. Well, his picture was near this one. But how'd he get away with it? Was that baby born in the United States?
Huh.
Should have been, right?
I thought it was George Foreman that named his kids numbers.
No, they're all named George.
Oh, that's right.
10 boys named George. You also can't name your baby Jesus Christ or Messiah. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
It's illegal. Here's the one you're talking of, Christine. XAEA 12. And it's pronounced X-A-12.
Huh.
Not allowed.
Can't do it.
And in California, you also can't put numbers in for names.
Huh.
I don't know who would even think to do that. Here's one that's really bonkers. The @ symbol. The @ symbol. Can't do it. It's a symbol. It's like a number. You cannot do it. It's banned. What the hell?
I think I'm going to name my baby Apostrophe.
What if I wanted to name my baby R2D2?
Nope.
I don't think you can do it.
Numbers.
You got numbers.
Nope.
No.
You could name it Beep Boop Beep.
Shame all these perfectly good names being unused.
Here's two more that totally make sense. Adolf Hitler.
Oh,
We don't even need to talk about it. Or Santa Claus. You cannot name your baby Santa Claus. It's not allowed. Santa Claus.
Oh man,
But they
I
are
was totally gonna suggest that to my next grandchild.
But there are people named Santa
And Jesus, which is also Jesus.
and Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
Just can't add the clause of the Christ.
right. I've taken care of many patients named Jesus. Maybe it's because you say it different. You don't say Jesus.
No.
Can you name your
I think
baby
it
It's
Jesus
the
Claus?
same thing.
Yeah, I don't think you can name a.
Christo.
Wait, say that again. I can't. We can't hear you.
Was Jesus Christo.
Christo. Oh,
Yeah. Or
If it was Jesus
Cristo.
Jesus
they
Christo.
get around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be real
Christo.
creative. Got to be creative if you're gonna use that shit.
Well, apparently they do.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, these are absolutely banned in Michigan, and it could be, maybe it's because certain places like, what's his butts kid with the X Azus, A, whatever. Maybe it's because it's not banned in California. It's banned here. I think that's where he's from. Does he live in California?
I don't know.
Elon? Wherever he's living, I don't think it's banned. But if he lived in Michigan, he'd have a big problem.
Right.
Big problem. So that's all I got for you guys.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right. So anybody have anything they want to throw out there you want to chat about before we move on to recommendations?
I don't know. I really don't got nothing. I guess we'll move on to recommendations, which I really don't think I have either. But go ahead. You go first this time for recommendations.
All right. Moving on to round recommendations, I'm going first. So Todd and I were still watching Glitch.
Glitch, yes.
So I'm like, we're not talking about that again. It's still good. Still
good.
liking it.
Yep.
Still good. But last night, because I'm like, yo, we got to watch something for the show. So I'm going through Netflix, of course, and we came across a documentary called Fit for TV. And I saw it a couple times. I'm like, meh. And I'm like, you know what? No, we're going to watch this. So this documentary is based on NBC's The Biggest Loser. Did you guys ever get pulled into watching that?
I have seen it a couple times, but I really was always triggered by that. I always hated how it really was about the trainers like picking on. It was a lot of fat shaming, and I really didn't like it.
I agree with you. It was, I stopped watching. I watched like maybe 1 or 2 seasons. I don't even know if I finished them because I felt the same way. I'm like, this is not right. Well, anyway, they had 18 seasons of The Biggest Loser. 18.
Yeah.
It ran from 2004 to 2020. Nuts.
Like on one hand, I love that overweight people that needed someone to push them harder got what they needed, if that was indeed what they needed. But the filming of it, the mortification that happened via taping it, ew. It just made me feel icky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like when they started the show, they weren't, they were basically throwing, wet noodles against the wall to see, is this show going to stick or not? It was out of control popular. So they would start with, they had a handful, like maybe 50 people audition for the first one, and then hundreds of people for the next one, and then thousands and thousands and thousands of people trying to get on the show because, right, for whatever reason, they lived a life of obesity and how that I know how I feel when I'm, when I've got a couple extra pounds on, I feel like total shit. You feel like, you're not seen or people are looking at you like, oh my God, gross or whatever. So I couldn't even imagine how it would truly feel to be 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. And I didn't like how they always made the guys, they basically made the guys take their shirts off to get weighed, right? So it was a weekly weigh-in and all that kind of stuff. And the girls like, just very unattractive, like tight bike shorts and a little, basically it looked like a bike bra, like an exercise bra. Anyway, the executive producer is J.D. Roth, and he described this as a movement, and it was. It really was. They did change lives, but there was a lot of shit that went down.
Yeah.
We have one more. It's a 3-part series, docuseries. Jillian Michaels, she was one of the trainers, which I hated her because of this show. Mm-hmm. She was pretty.
Yeah, but I had a few bones to pick with her throughout her whole career as a trainer, because she used to like outwardly fat shame people and like call them disgusting, and she had like, I don't know, the fat shaming version of being a complete ist. What is the ist of fatness? I don't know, whatever it was, but she was it.
Right.
Like that superiority complex that she had.
Mm-hmm.
Always made me want to like hip check her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly inside and out. That's how I feel about her. Don't like her. And then, when we're watching this documentary last night, like when I saw her like in these people's faces, screaming at them, like with hate and disgust on her face. And then they showed like one of the contestants was on like a stair stepper. She hopped on their back and hung there like a monkey.
Yeah.
Screaming at them. I'm like, oh, I just got so mad. Yeah. So she is one of the trainers. And then, of course, that skinny dude, Bob Harper. He wasn't as bad as her, but he was pretty bad too.
Yeah.
He was also pretty nasty. Anyway, for the show, of course, she refused. She totally declined to be a part of it. But Bob was in it.
Yeah.
They had a couple challenges that I thought were just despicable. They would call them temptation challenges. So, they have all these people there and they pull back the curtains, and I'm talking mounds and mounds of food on tables like pizza, subs, candy, cakes, cupcakes, all the triggers for these people. And then this is what really pissed me off is that they're like, okay, how much of you pick your favorite temptation and you eat as much as you can in, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes they wanted these people to gorge themselves. And it's just heartbreaking because they're here to try to make their lives better. And it's like, that's what you guys are doing to the, it's, this whole made for TV bullshit.
Yeah.
My heart was breaking for these people. And, the other thing that they would do is, did you guys know that they exercised for 6 to 8 hours every single day?
That's insane.
I had no idea. 6 to
That's
8
crazy.
hours. Yeah.
That's not even medically beneficial.
No. Yeah, they had a doctor on site. I can't remember his name. He had a German accent.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
then
wanna say.
again, this is about 10 years ago when they believed cardio was the golden holy grail, where cardio is actually very dangerous for heavyweight people, older people with sclerotic arteries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Cardio is actually very dangerous for anyone over the age of 40.
Yeah. Well, their last episode was in 2020. 5 years ago, they were still doing this shit. And they would take x-rays of these people. They were fracturing their pelvises, all kinds of damage they were doing to their bodies because think about it. These people have no muscle structure. They have all this weight and they're pushing them and pushing them. And then Jillian Michaels, this little prize here, she was feeding her team because they had teams, remember? They would compete against whoever. And she was feeding them caffeine pills. Total violation.
Yep.
Well, caffeine pills.
What?
Yep. Yep.
After the doctor specifically said no caffeine.
Yeah, no caffeine, no coffee, no nothing.
So, ironically enough, she's actually very lucky that none of them died of heart attacks.
No kidding.
Well, guess what? They had a death.
Yep.
They had a
Oh,
death.
What?
Yeah, I
And
think.
she's not in prison.
Well, she came back. That's the thing. So I don't know. Again, I actually saw this episode. They had them all running in sugar sand on the beach. I can't even fucking run in sugar sand.
Yep.
That's hard as shit. And these people were in the early stages of their series, right? So they're still all quite heavy. And they all get across the finish line except for this one lady. And she collapsed. And she's like, I can't do it. And she's flopping around. And there, of course, Jillian gets in her face screaming at her, get up, blah, 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 blah. So, and then a couple more people ran out and they're pulling her up and making her get across the finish line. And once she got across the finish line, boom, done, out.
Yep.
She was gone. They end up, medics come up to her. They airlifted her out of there, sent, once she's in the hospital. And she, in her interview, because she was on the show, she was saying that she's like, I know I died because I remember seeing black and then I remember seeing light and then black.
And she saw her grandparents.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's like, I did die that day. She was in rhabdomyolysis, which is,
Definitely.
mhm.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah. Yep. And that comes from the breakdown of muscles. That will absolutely kill you. She ended up going back to the freaking show.
Jesus.
She went back to the show. Here's why. Because her husband was, she was quite overweight. They had like 2 kids, I think. And her husband, of course, was having all kinds of affairs and, just emotionally beating her down. And she did not want to go back to that life. That's how hard her life. That's just one story.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
That's terrible.
Yeah, she was on restriction for a while. And they were all treating her like Jillian and them, they were treating her like total shit. It was awful for
Because
this
she
girl.
was on restriction. Too.
Because she was on restriction.
They were trying to think of whatever way they could disqualify her and get her off the show.
Yeah.
Then,
Oh yeah, this is crazy.
when she actually started losing weight, regardless, she wasn't doing the exercises that everybody else was, but she lost 15 pounds within the first week or something like
Whatever it was, whenever she could be weighed, yeah.
that. And the judges or the trainers wouldn't even applaud for her.
Nope. They didn't smile. I remember seeing that Bob to go, but they wouldn't clap for her, nothing. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I'm going to say about it is there was a man who was, what was he, like 450 pounds?
Yeah.
He, started getting chunky as a kid, and then it just ballooned from there. He actually won the Biggest Loser, and he didn't eat for days to make that final weigh-in. He looked he looked amazing, but the shit they're putting themselves through their bodies through. And when they announced that he was the Biggest Loser, because they get like a pretty decent, I think it's $250,000, I think is what they get. And Jillian came over to him, jumping up and down, and she said to him, "You just made me $1 million."
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't
Are you
like,
serious?
yeah. If I thought she was ugly before, that made it even worse.
Yep.
True
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Wow.
I find it very interesting. I think people should watch it because it makes you mad and it makes you heartbroken for these people because of course they have a lot of the contestants on there just kind of talking about what they're going through, I think it's important that we should watch it. So that's our recommendation. Fit for TV on Netflix.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. It opens your eyes and it breaks my heart. It absolutely breaks my heart. So, all right. That's mine. Who's up?
All right. Go ahead, Angela. What do you got?
So, okay. Tracy and Todd's favorite, Netflix.
Yep.
Have you guys heard of Untamed?
Untamed.
I've heard of the book.
I'm not certain.
I don't know if it's based on a book.
No, the book
it's
is
a
totally different, I'm sure.
The book's
What was
what?
that?
The book is totally different, I'm sure. So what is this about?
Okay, so Eric Bana, he played in Troy. He played the Incredible Hulk one time. He plays this, he's like a park ranger marshal dude. National Park Service agent, and he investigates a murder in Yosemite National Park. So it's a short series. I think it's 2 seasons long. And it delves into like the dark secrets of the park and the characters' past, and it blends like mystery and thriller and crime elements. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but like him and his ex-wife, they lost a little boy in the park. He was killed. And so like all these events kind of lead all back to that pivotal point in their lives. Like, he was struggling with alcoholism, his wife had remarried, and oh my God, we were on the edge of our seats the whole entire 2 season. It was so good. It was so good. We literally binged it. Like, it was just really good.
You know, I was like, oh gosh, I know I thought I saw that name. And then, yeah, I know the exact guy you're talking about, because I do remember reading, you know, how they give the description of what's in the show. And it did look good. And that was something I did think about coming back to. Like, was there like some kind of a cover up or something going on?
Actually, like I said, it's not to give away too much, but there's definitely a cover up going on. A couple of them, actually. What's crazy to me is Yosemite National Park is massive, right? So they use horses to go through it. There's people living there. There's like drugs and different murders and weird deaths, and it all comes back in the end, and it's just the twist and turn in it. You don't expect it. You're like, what?
Cool.
Oh my God.
I love those.
Like the first 5 minutes, you're hooked, because what you see in that first 5 minutes, you're like, what in the actual fuck just happened?
Right.
It's crazy.
Okay, we definitely have to watch
I totally
that.
recommend it.
Okay,
yeah, it's
we're
really,
in.
really good.
We're in. Yeah, because I would imagine they want to keep it hush-hush, right? They don't want to mar the people. They don't want to keep people from coming. So it makes sense that they would cover it up. Oh.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
And that's where it stems from.
Okay.
You know, the head of the park, he's like, I just want to get this resolved, and we need to figure out what's going on. But yet at the same time, he's like, I don't want to delve too deep into it, you know, because we have people coming in. It's the prime season for everybody to be here, and I don't want to lose business and all this other shit.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling me about it, because I saw it, I read it, like I said, and I passed by it. I got to go back to it now.
We're going to have to watch it.
All right. It's a done deal. Thank you. All right, Christina, Nina, what do you got?
Well, I have something kind of simple and funsies. We just recently, not splurged, what is it called? Binged Wednesday, the second season of Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why I'm bringing that up and I am recommending it, I really thought the first season of Wednesday was a little bit better. It gets a little bit childish, a little bit. The second season, it's a little hokey. Whatever. But the reason why I was thinking about it is because I recently have just heard, and this is a spoiler alert for Malice in the Mitten, but Tracy had gotten a Malice in the Mitten theme song type thing just made up. And it is this beautifully haunting, like spooky melody about Malice in the Mitten.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very reminiscent of the whole Wednesday vibe.
Really?
You know, like Wednesday, you know, the Addams Family, they're spooky and haunting, but at the same time, they're fun and, you know, what's the words I want to use? Silly. I don't know. Goofy, silly, lighthearted, but yet haunting and eerie at the same time.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So the music was what inspired me to say, you know what? It's very Addams Family-like. It's Addams Family. It's haunting and spooky and all of the eerie Halloween funness, right?
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of our listeners, and of course my bestie, is like into all that horror and gore stuff of Halloween heavens.
Yes.
So this music was like, oh my God, that's very Addams Family. It's very Wednesday-esque.
Huh.
Like it's haunting, it's scary, it's dangerous, it's, mysterious, but at the same time, it's all in good fun. And it's really just a bunch of us cackling around, telling stories.
I love it. I never.
want to tie my recommendation into our new music that our listeners will hear shortly.
Yeah, they're gonna hear it at our show. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
That's
gonna.
awesome.
That's how we're gonna kick off the show. Like once we're ready, once everybody's seated, that's gonna start, and then let the show begin. I love it.
Yeah.
Todd and I keep
We
listening
love
to it
this
over
song
and
so
over.
much. Yeah, we haven't figured out how to put it on repeat yet. So we just once it stops, we start it
Yeah,
again.
we're like one more time, one more time, one more
Just
time.
one more time.
50 times later.
Has Angela heard it?
No,
Oh, okay, we'll have.
I'll
to
send it to you,
yeah,
Angela.
yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can you loop it?
I gotta. Well, what I'm gonna have to do is pay for a subscription because I did it. My good friend Anne, a friend of hers, is super. He writes code for computers and stuff, and she's like, "Well, let me see if he can kind of figure out like some music, like through AI generator or something." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool," and and I initially wanted something with like an Ozzy Osbourne feel, and he sent me a great one, but I'm like, it's too. I mean, I really like it. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, it's too rock and rolly,
Too rock and roll.
where,
Yep, yep.
like people are losing their lives here.
Yeah.
So
Right.
because when he sent it to me, it also comes along with, where you can generate this kind of music. So you could just kind of pick themes and do you want a male voice? Do you want a female voice? Whatever. So I pick it all out. I type in the lyrics and then I just said, okay, generate. So it spits you out like 2 to 4 songs to listen to. And this one that I picked, I'm like, this one right here, this hauntingly beautiful one, this is it.
This is it.
This is absolutely it. And I can share it with people, but I can't download it. I got to pay for a subscription. So damn it, I got to spend some more money. So I'll pay for the subscription so that then hopefully I can, because right at the end, there's just like a little instrumental blip. So I want to cut that out and, see if I can put it on a loop. Because Todd and I
Sweet.
like to listen to it over and over
and over again.
Yeah, we're like, oh yeah. So cool.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yep. So thanks for bringing that out, Christine. So Wednesday, I know Emily watched the first one. I watched a little bit with her.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes. But
We got to watch it.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the first one and
Love it.
hop into the second one. Do you know what is the name of that actress who plays her?
Jenny Ortega.
Oh, listen to you.
What?
She's not blonde, so
She's not blind.
maybe that's why you got her name. You know her name? I said it before and I'll say it again. Todd is not into blondes. All right. So do you want to say anything more about Wednesday, the second season, or no?
No, it was good. I recommend it, but it's not, it's not a blockbuster or anything. But it was good. And it was really on my mind because we were watching it right as I was hearing, at the same time frame that Tracy sent me over her new music for the show. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about on Round Robin.
Awesome.
And it was really just to bring in the song more than it was for the recommendation. But the recommendation, it still stands. I mean, it's Wednesday.
It's a twofer.
Yeah.
Love it. Awesome. All right. Well, that's our show for today, everyone. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. And listen, we're just under a month for our live show that's coming up at Awaken Haunt in Leslie, Michigan. So get a ticket. It's going to be an amazing show.
It's going to be super fun.
It's going to be super fun. So I hope to see you guys there. And thank you again for listening. And we will see you all back on Friday for F-Bomb. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye. Peace out, homies.
Later.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.